Your recent blood test. I know it wasn't easy to look at. That creatinine number crept up again. And you've done everything they asked of you. You cut the meat. You watched the salt. You took every pill, on schedule, without fail. Yet somehow, it still feels like your kidneys are slipping, and no one can tell you why. And then there's the part you don't say out loud. The tiredness that never seems to let go. The swelling that shows up by evening, even on the good days. And that quiet, heavy worry about where this road might lead. But there is something different you haven't been told before. Harvard and Mayo Clinic researchers discovered 3 very specific proteins that can lower creatinine even in people whose kidneys were already weakened. Not the kind of protein doctors warn you to avoid. These proteins work in a completely different way. They calm inflammation, protect the blood vessels feeding your kidneys, keep your muscles from breaking down, and support your kidneys instead of stressing them. But here's the surprising part. One of these proteins is so misunderstood that most kidney patients avoid it entirely, and without knowing it, they lose months, even years, of healing potential. And that's not all. There are 3 very common, very important mistakes. Almost everyone makes mistakes that quietly push creatinine higher, even when you think you're doing everything right. So stay with me for the next few minutes. What comes next could change the direction of your journey starting today. Protein number 1. The first protein that changed everything for researchers wasn't from meat at all. It came from plants. And what it did for inflamed, struggling kidneys surprised even the scientists at Harvard who spent years studying it. I'm talking about soy protein isolate. When creatinine rises, it's usually a sign of quiet inflammation deep inside the kidneys. The tiny filters, your glomeruli, become swollen, irritated, and tired from the constant pressure they're under. This is where soy protein isolate steps in with something truly different. It carries gentle, healing compounds called isoflavones, and these directly soothe inflammation in kidney tissue. They help calm the immune response that's been attacking your filters, giving them space to rest and repair instead of slowly wearing down. Harvard researchers reported in Nutrients that people with chronic kidney disease who added soy protein saw real, measurable drops in creatinine, while those who continued relying mostly on animal proteins did not. Their kidneys actually began to filter more efficiently again. Not a small difference, a meaningful one. And soy doesn't just calm inflammation. It also protects your kidney blood vessels. When kidneys weaken, they often try to make up for it by pushing blood harder through the remaining filters. But that extra pressure damages them even further. Soy protein helps restore a softer, more natural blood flow, protecting rather than straining your kidneys. You even see the effects in the urine. Patients eating soy protein had less protein leaking into their urine, a sign that the kidney's protective barrier was strengthening again. So, where do you get it? Source protein, approximate, notes. Soy protein isolate powder 15 g per scoop, easiest way to reach daily intake. Tofu 10 g per half a cup, smooth, versatile, mild flavor. Tempeh 16 g per half a cup, richer taste, firmer texture. Unsweetened soy milk 7 g per cup. Simple swap for breakfast or coffee. Edamame 9 g per half a cup, quick snack, lightly salted. In the clinical studies, people benefited most at 20 to 35 grams per day, easily reached with a scoop of isolate in the morning and tofu or tempeh later in the day. Spacing it throughout the day is gentle on your kidneys. A few notes: if you have a soy allergy, of course, skip this one. The next proteins will be safe alternatives. If you have thyroid concerns, just check in with your doctor before adding larger amounts. Many people use soy safely, you just want to be mindful. For most people, soy protein isolate is one of the kindest, most protective proteins we know of for your kidneys. Now, while soy helps soothe the inside of the kidney itself, your kidney blood vessels face another challenge: oxidative stress and stiffening. This is where protein number 2 becomes essential. Let's go there next. Protein number 2. Now, let's talk about something incredibly gentle, yet powerful. I'm talking about fish peptides, the special protein fragments found in omega-rich fish that researchers at Johns Hopkins discovered can protect your blood vessels in a way no other protein does. Your kidneys depend on a delicate network of tiny blood vessels. These vessels bring oxygen and life, and carry away the waste your kidneys are trying so hard to filter. But when those vessels become inflamed or stiff, your filtration rate drops. It's not always the kidney tissue that fails first, it's the blood flow. And this is where fish peptides step in. They calm the immune signals that cause inflammation and scarring inside those vessels. They help keep the lining of your blood vessels smooth, open, and flexible so your kidneys can breathe again. So your blood can move without force or pressure. So your filtration improves, even when the damage seems stubborn. In studies with chronic kidney disease patients, adding fish protein hydrolysate, just a concentrated form of fish peptides, led to lower creatinine and less protein leaking through the kidneys. Not magic. Just better blood flow. Gentler pressure. Less inflammation. The most nourishing sources are cold water fatty fish, wild-caught salmon, about 3 g of peptides in a 4-ounce serving. Mackerel, similar benefits, often more affordable. Sardines, around 2 g in a small can, convenient and powerful. And if eating fish regularly is tough, fish peptide supplements can help, usually 1-3 g of peptides per serving. That's the same range studies use to improve kidney markers. You can reach that by eating fish 2 to 3 times a week, or by taking a supplement on the days you don't. Choose wild-caught when you can. Farmed fish often carry higher omega-6 levels, and those can actually increase inflammation, the very thing we're trying to quiet. Before we move on, I want to know a little about you. Where are you watching from? And what stage of kidney support are you focusing on right now? Your journey matters, your details matter, and I truly want to walk this path alongside you. If this message is helping, just type "great" in the comments. If there's something you feel I could explain better, type "improve." I mean that sincerely, your voice guides what I create for you. If you're taking blood thinners like warfarin or aspirin, talk to your doctor before adding fish peptide supplements. They can gently increase blood thinning effects in some people. We've now covered 2 powerful proteins that protect your kidneys by calming inflammation and keeping blood vessels soft and open. But there's one more protein. One that determines whether your creatinine rises because your muscles start breaking down. And this one is often the missing piece. Let's talk about it next. Protein number 3. This last protein is a little different. It's not a single food, it's a trio of amino acids that work together to stop a cycle most people never realize is raising their creatinine. When your kidneys are tired, your body often doesn't have the steady energy it needs. And when you get exhausted, your muscles start breaking down to make up the difference. But when muscle breaks down, it releases creatinine, which your kidneys then have to filter, even though they're already struggling. It becomes a quiet, painful loop: tired kidneys, fatigue, muscle loss, higher creatinine, even more kidney stress. The way we interrupt that loop is with leucine, isoleucine, and valine, the 3 amino acids known as BCAAs. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic observed something powerful. patients with kidney disease who were losing muscle even while eating enough were able to reverse that loss when these 3 aminos were added. BCAAs gently signal your muscles, don't break down. Build. Hold on. Stay strong. When your muscles are protected, your body produces less creatinine naturally, which means less pressure on your kidneys. But there's something even more beautiful happening here. BCAAs also help your kidneys regulate blood flow, the built-in protective mechanism that controls filtration pressure. When this system works smoothly, the kidneys can clear waste without strain or damage. In studies, patients taking BCAAs saw better kidney markers not because the kidneys were healed overnight, but because the stress was reduced. The filtration became easier. The load became lighter. Here's where you can find these supportive aminos in your food. Egg whites about 6 g of BCAAs per cup, easy to digest. Chicken breast 5 g in a 4-ounce serving. Greek yogurt 4 g per cup, plus gut-soothing probiotics. Pumpkin seeds 3 g per small handful, great plant option. And for those who prefer something more direct, BCAA supplements are available in powder or capsules, typically offering 5-10 g per serving. Research generally uses 5-15 g per day, depending on body size and stage of kidney health. A gentle, supportive starting place is 5 g daily, then simply noticing how your energy and muscle feel over the next few weeks. Many people like to take them in the morning or between meals to prevent overnight muscle breakdown. Now, one loving caution: if you are in stage 4 or stage 5, or have very low filtration levels, talk with your doctor before adding BCAA supplements. At those stages, even helpful amino acids need to be introduced slowly and carefully, with professional guidance. Now you understand the 3 kidney protective proteins: soy protein isolate to quiet inflammation at the source, fish peptides to keep your blood vessels open, smooth, and nourished, BCAAs to protect your muscles so your body stops producing excess creatinine. Knowing them is powerful, but what matters most is how you bring them into your day in a calm, steady, kidney-safe way. So let me walk you through a simple, gentle daily routine you can start tomorrow morning. A routine that supports your kidneys without overwhelming them, and without spiking phosphorus or potassium. Morning soft start. Begin your day with a kidney-friendly smoothie that brings steady, warm, stable energy. Blend: 1 scoop unflavored soy protein isolate, 1 cup unsweetened almond milk, half a cup frozen blueberries, a small handful of spinach. This gives you calming plant protein, antioxidants to soothe inflammation, and naturally sweet flavor with barely any phosphorus. It's light, nourishing, and kind to your kidneys. Midday strength without strain. For lunch, choose foods that protect your vessels and fuel your muscles. Try 4 ounces grilled wild-caught salmon, half a cup cooked quinoa, steamed broccoli with a drizzle of olive oil. The peptides in salmon protect your tiny kidney blood vessels. Quinoa provides complete, gentle protein. Fiber in the broccoli helps your body release toxins without forcing everything through your kidneys. Afternoon: keep your body from breaking itself down. This is the time of day when energy dips and cravings whisper, and when muscle breakdown is most likely. So choose a serving of BCAAs mixed in cold water, maybe with a squeeze of lemon or a cup of lightly salted edamame. This gives your muscles what they need to stay intact, instead of breaking down and creating more creatinine. Evening: nourish, don't burden. Dinner should feel comforting but not heavy. Try stir-fried firm tofu, bell peppers, snap peas, and mushrooms. A touch of sesame oil and low-sodium tamari. served over cauliflower rice, another dose of soy protein to calm inflammation. Lots of colorful nutrients. And light enough to support deep overnight repair. Why this works? By gently spreading protein throughout the day, you avoid forcing your kidneys to process too much waste at once. This keeps them from becoming overwhelmed and allows them to work steadily, peacefully. And yes, water matters. Generally, aim for 6 to 8 glasses per day, unless your doctor has given you a fluid restriction. Water helps your kidneys release what they no longer need. If this plan is helping you feel something you may not have felt in a long time, hope take a moment now and tap that like button. Not for me, but so that someone else, somewhere, who is frightened about rising creatinine, can find this before it gets worse. Because this plan works beautifully when followed consistently, except when people make 3 common mistakes that quietly sabotage kidney healing, even if they're eating the right proteins. 3 critical mistakes to avoid. Let's slow down here, because these 3 mistakes are so common and they quietly undo all the good you're trying to do. And I want you protected. Mistake number 1, putting too much protein into one meal. Sometimes, when you're trying to heal, you think more must be better. So you sit down and have 40 to 50 grams of protein at once, believing it will speed repair. But your kidneys can only handle so much at a time. When too much protein hits your system in one meal, your kidneys have to filter all the waste products immediately. This creates a flood overwhelming your filters and pushing creatinine higher. A gentle correction: keep meals to 25 to 30 grams of protein and spread it throughout the day. This keeps your kidneys working steadily, not struggling under sudden pressure. Mistake number 2, choosing the wrong protein powder. Protein powders look convenient, but many contain hidden phosphorus additives, words like calcium phosphate, sodium phosphate, or phosphoric acid added to make the powder mix smoothly. Your kidneys cannot clear extra phosphorus easily. When phosphorus builds up, it pulls calcium from your bones and deposits it into your blood vessels. This speeds up bone loss and vascular damage, the exact opposite of what we're trying to protect. What to do? Always read the label. If you see the word phosphate, put it back on the shelf. Choose simple, clean ingredients you recognize. Mistake number 3, forgetting to drink water. This one is quiet, but it matters deeply. Even mild dehydration makes protein waste more concentrated in your blood. That concentrated waste scratches, irritates, and inflames the delicate tissues in your kidneys. So sip water throughout the day, not just in big gulps. Steady hydration makes everything gentler. And of course, if your doctor has recommended fluid limits, follow that personalized guidance. The 10-minute daily habit that makes everything work better. This isn't another supplement. It isn't another food. It's gentle resistance movement, just enough to tell your body, keep the muscle. Don't break it down. When your muscles stay intact, your body creates less creatinine. And improved circulation helps your kidneys filter more comfortably. Cleveland Clinic researchers found that even light strength movement, combined with balanced protein, works better than diet alone. No gym. No strain. Just simple activation. 1. Seated leg lifts. Sit tall, lift one leg until it's level, hold 3 seconds, lower slowly. 10 lifts each leg. 2. Light arm curls. Use 2 to 5 pounds weights, or canned food. Slow, controlled curling. 12 reps each arm. 3. Wall push UPS. Stand 2 feet from the wall. Lean in, then push back. 8 to 10 slow reps. 4. Chair stands. Sit, stand, sit again, without using your hands. Repeat 10 times. Do this routine 3 times per week. Your muscles will use the proteins you're giving them instead of breaking down and creating creatinine. What changes to expect and when? This isn't sudden. It's gentle. But most people begin to notice less puffiness in the face and ankles often within a week or 2. More stable energy, especially in the mornings. A sense of lightness in the body. By weeks 3 to 4, blood work often begins to reflect what you're feeling. Creatinine may begin to lower or at least stop climbing, which is just as meaningful. The most noticeable shifts tend to happen between months 2 and 3, when consistency settles in and your kidneys finally get space to breathe. And on days that feel harder because there will be some simply return to the routine the next day. Not perfection. Just presence. You now have everything you need, the 3 proteins backed by research. A daily meal plan that's gentle and kidney safe. The mistakes to avoid so your efforts don't get undone. A simple movement routine that amplifies healing. And a real, grounded timeline for change. Now let's bring it all together so you can begin with clarity and confidence. Here's what I want you to hold close as you move forward. Soy protein isolate gently calms the inflammation working against your kidney filters, helping them do their job with less struggle. Fish peptides keep the tiny blood vessels feeding your kidneys soft, flexible, and alive instead of stiff and overworked. BCAAs protect your muscles so your body doesn't break it down for energy, which means less creatinine being produced in the first place. Follow the simple daily eating rhythm we walked through. Avoid the 3 common mistakes that quietly undo progress. And give yourself just 10 minutes of gentle resistance movement 3 times a week to help your muscles stay strong and your kidneys filter more easily. Your kidneys can heal when you consistently give them the right support. If this video gave you hope and a clear path forward, subscribe for more science-backed kidney protection strategies. Hit the like button to help others find this information. Drop a comment telling me which protein you're starting with first. Your kidneys are waiting. Start today. I'll see you in the next video.